Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. This time it's going to be a non-custom duel because it's been a while since I did a TCG duel, and I'm playing with my Unchained deck against a Yosenju deck, which my opponent is playing. The reason I want to showcase this deck in a duel because since I got actual new cards for my deck, which I bought recently and happens to be Visas Starfrost, as well as the new Unchained cards that are from the Duelist Nexus set, which you're going to see right now. And before I show off my cards, I'm going to activate Pot of Prosperity. I'm going to excavate the top 6 by banishing 6 face-down cards from extra deck. Sorry if it's taking a little slow, let's fast forward here. So the cards I milled were literally 3 Abominable Chamber were milled. So it was a Prosperity, Escape of the Unchained, and Abominable Unchained Soul. You know what, and I'd prefer to choose Chamber because that's more useful in that scenario, which you're going to see why. So I put those cards back in the bottom of my deck in any order. I'll set the Chamber. I'll destroy the Chamber with my Sharvara. Then I'll use the effect of my Chamber, which you're going to see right now. But in case my opponent had a response, I'll use Sharvara's effect to pop, thanks to Sarama's effect. So I'll set the Unchained, which is Escape of the Unchained, from my deck to the field. I'll normal summon Sangan. I'm going to go for a Link 2 for Unchained Soul, Lord of Yama. And which you can see right now, I'm going to call the Chain Link 1 Yama, and then Chain Link 2 Sangan. Sangan allows me to add a monster with 1500 less attack, which is Ash Blossom, since it has 0. And then I'll use Arua's effect. So I'll pop the Escape of the Unchained. And then I'll use effect to special summon an Unchained monster from my deck, which you're going to see now because it was popped by Arua, which would be Mashiyama. And I'll go for a Link 2, which happens to be Unchained Soul of Rage, and I end my turn. My opponent's going to activate Infinite Permanence, and I say that's fine, go ahead, sure, be my guest. He's going to play Lightning Storm, I say cool, do that, that's fine by me. Then I'll use Soul of Rage's effect to allow me to choose one of my chain monsters from grave, which is Shavara. And then in response, I'll use Effect Veiler, but he sped up. So I tell him I have a response from hand. He'll attack me directly 16, but when he does, I'll special summon Yama during the battle phase, and then I'll use Yama's special summon effect, just so you can see right now, allowing me to add an Unchained monster from my deck to my hand or graveyard. So he misplayed, so from here on out we go into game 2. Shouldn't take too long, you guys. I'm starting off again because since my opponent chose for me since he lost. I'm going to use Arua's effect, pop my Escape of the Unchained. Then I use Escape of the Unchained's effect, which you see right now. He's going to ask, sure, that's fine. But afterwards, I'm going to activate Pot of Prosperity. So I banish 6 cards face down from extra deck and excavate the top 6. And I put them back in the annual order as long after I add one of the cards to my hand that I excavated. So hopefully this can help me go into a Link play. That way I can proceed with my first turn combo. Hopefully I'm digging for something big, which is Prison. Lucky for me. The last card was basically the best card, which was excavated, and lucky that which was definitely the right play to make by banishing 6. Had I not, I wouldn't be able to retrieve this card. So there was definitely the right call to make. Either way, I'm going to use Prison to search for another Unchained from my deck. It's gonna be Shavara. Play Shavara to pop my Aruha, and we already know the process. Same old process. When destroyed, special summon a chain monster from my deck besides self, which is Shyama. And I'm going for another Link 2. I'm thinking whether I want to go with Unchained Soul Lord of Yama. Okay, I'm waiting for a response. I'm telling him, like, I think he's trying to negate the Aruha effect. That's an effect that only applies in the graveyard, but just you can't, like, if you're using Infinite, it only negates the effect that resolves on the field rather than grave. So he lets me continue, and then we proceed. I said fine by that. He can take it back for all that matters. I was explaining either way, so then he can process. This is where he can actually use the effect of infinite permanence. That play is legal. I let it slip by. Say sure, go ahead. But then in response, I'm just gonna set my chamber, and I'll use Shyama's effect. Of course, it did. Even with just Ash and Imperm, I still managed to combo. And this is the combo that I've been looking for. I've been trying to tell you guys either way, so I'm gonna use Sarama's effect to pop my Unchained Soul of Lord of Yama, and then I'll go to another Link 2, which happens to be Unchained Soul of Rage. I say that's cool. And then during my opponent's main phase, I'm gonna activate Chamber, special summon Yama. Yama, when special summon, they get to add a Unchained from my deck or graveyard to hand, which you see right now. So I can make my deck more flexible, as you're about to see what I'm about to do right now. And then in response, I'll banish Yama, special summon Soul Lord of Unchained Soul of Rage, thanks to Yama's effect. So in order to resolve this effect, I had to destroy Yama first before Lightning Storm resolves. So ensuring that Yama hits the grave first before Lightning Storm resolves, and that's how I managed to use the effect on time. So doing that would help me resolve Yama's effect, because even if he would destroy Soul Rage while Soul Lord of Yama is in grave, I would banish it and then retrieve the Unchained Soul of Rage, like I mentioned. So I just don't want to be too long with my explanation, you guys, but like you get the gist of it. So let us proceed with my turn. I'm gonna be searching Arua because he's the one that constantly extends my plays even further. So he's like the most important, which is why you max out on this card. Unfortunately, I still haven't managed to draw Vista Starfrost. I could be able to show you guys the main deck, but I don't want to make this video too long, so that you have the time to actually realize how viable this deck is, considering the budget, just the money spent to actually make this deck very versatile, which it is. So he will have a response. I'll say cool. But either way, I'm going to continue with my play. Okay, he did have a response to summon. Okay, reveal. Sure, on summon, that's fine. This goes back to hand. But does not stop me from doing my turn, so I will continue with another Link play. Which you can see I'm Link summon for another Yama, which I managed to keep outside of Pot or Prosperity. He's going to use Imperm, sure, that's cool. I'll set Unchained, Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. And I'll take 2k directly to the face. Either way, I'm just about to combo my opponent even harder, so I'll use Chamber's effect. As you see, Farah, normal summon Sarama. That's a phase response, he's cool. At this point, this should be game. You're gonna see why. So I'll use Escape of the Unchained, special summon Unchained Soul Lord. I mean, Abominable Unchained Soul. Sorry about that. The names they just sound way too similar, so you kind of get mixed up either way. So on summon, I'll discard my Power Prosperity, destroy his face down, and that should be the end of it, because my opponent's gonna scoop. And I hope you guys enjoyed the duel. This I confirmed in all my previous duels, like pretty much all the decks that I play online are decks that I own in real life. I wish I could provide you the proof and show you like the cards like on hand on video, like the physical actual copies of the card, but this helps me see the value of my cards when playing them online, especially on Dueling Book, to make sure like the money that I put into the deck wasn't a waste, and that my investment was definitely it was worth the price. It was worth the money. It's definitely worth obtaining, and that people can make the use of it. And what I mean make a use of it is having something to value that I cherished, especially from the money that I saved and what I've gathered and throughout all my efforts and knowledge, trying to like appreciate what I have in front of me. So, but overall, I could say this deck is really fun. I don't have any regrets owning the Unchained archetype, playing the deck itself, and be able to utilize the strategy. Either way, this video is an idea to give you guys, whether you want to try it out in the future or test it online in real life if you have the income. But this also is also a video that's helped to teach players who are getting into the game, or who try to help people understand whether the game is worth it to them. So from my point of view, yes, I do enjoy playing the game, but for those out there, this is to teach them the whole like idea and the steps of the game, as well as what it takes in order. You have to follow this method step by step and be able to gain as much knowledge as you can and be able to learn from the other mechanics that are being developed in this game, and that because this is the only possibly whether even though I don't support Konami based on based on like huge massive like income, as well as giving away tons of money and trying to support their cause. But you could look at these these archetypes and different summoning mechanics as a way that this is how much the game has evolved, and they like regardless how broken it is, like that changes will be made in order for the game to be more interesting and to excite more players. But then when you don't have the disposable income, yes, the game becomes extremely complicated, and it just puts a lot of stress on the player. So just like you don't have to immediately invest. This is just to give you an idea how you want to go through with this, but it's all up to you guys. But I'm just here to like encourage players because I dedicate myself to playing Yu-Gi-Oh because of my childhood. But people have faith in me and they're hoping that they can learn from me as well and that I could be their influencer. But overall, I already said enough. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content in the future. Be sure to check your notifications, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.